The forest stood silent. A blanket of fresh snow covered the ground. The only sound was the crunch of my boots. My breath rose in clouds, a dragon's breath in the freezing air. I was alone, miles from civilization, surrounded by the beauty of the wilderness. This was my element. The sun began to set, painting the snow with hues of pink and orange. I found a clearing and set up camp. The crackle of the fire was a welcome sound, a beacon of warmth in the growing darkness. As I ate my dinner, a sense of peace settled over me. This was why I ventured into the wild. For the solitude, the challenge, the raw connection with nature. Little did I know that this tranquility would be shattered before the night was over. A snap, a twig breaking. I looked up from the fire, my senses on high alert. The forest was silent again. I dismissed it as a small animal, perhaps a rabbit or a squirrel searching for food. I threw another log on the fire, the flames leaping high and casting dancing shadows on the surrounding trees. The wind howled through the trees, an eerie, mournful sound. Another snap, closer this time. My heart started to race. I gripped my knife, the cold steel reassuring in my hand. I scanned the darkness beyond the firelight, but I could see nothing. The wind whispered through the trees, carrying with it a sense of dread. Something was out there, I could feel it. I retreated to my tent, my senses on high alert, every nerve tingling with dread. The sounds persisted, a sinister rustling in the undergrowth, heavy labored breathing, and the unmistakable crunch of footsteps on snow. They were drawing nearer. Fear coiled in my stomach. Cold and unrelenting, I lay in my sleeping bag, gripping my knife tightly, my eyes wide open, straining to pierce the darkness. Every creak of the tent, every gust of wind that buffeted the thin fabric sent a jolt of terror through me. Time seemed to crawl by, each second an eternity. I didn't know what was out there, but I could feel it getting closer, its presence suffocating. The unknown is often more terrifying than any monster, its ambiguity feeding my fear. I lay there paralyzed by my own fear, waiting for whatever was out there to make its move. The first rays of dawn pierced through the trees, bringing with them a sense of relief. The noises had stopped. Cautiously, I unzipped the tent and peered out. The forest was still, the snow-covered ground bathed in the soft light of dawn, and then I saw them. Footprints, large, heavy boot prints in the snow leading up to my campsite and stopping just short of my tent. Whoever or whatever had been out there had been close enough to touch me. I packed up my gear, my hands shaking, my heart still pounding in my chest. The mystery of the night remained unsolved. I had faced many dangers in the wild, but this encounter left me with a chilling sense of unease. The wilderness, once a source of peace and solitude, now held a new and unsettling fear. I retreated, knowing that some mysteries are best left unsolved.